Hey, what's up, everyone? Back for this Tuesday slate. We got a 14-game slate for today, so let's jump right into it. You can drop a like and subscribe before we get started. Yesterday was a good day. Was talked about how I was going to fade the Coors game, and like it always is, it was really popular, especially the Dodgers bats, and they didn't come through at all. And on FanDuel, we actually played John Gray, if you watched the FanDuel video yesterday, so that worked out great. So Draftkings scored a 117.8, which cashed, and FanDuel cashed in 50-50s. So let's keep it going today. We have a lot of good options to choose from at pitcher with like 4 guys above 10K. Out of the 4, you have a couple that are facing off against each other with Verlander and Bieber. And then you have Morton facing the dangerous Red Sox offense. So, Noah Syndergaard is going to be very popular if he doesn't get traded before this game starts. But he's facing the White Sox, who have one of the highest strikeout rates against right-handed pitching. In his last 3 starts, he's gone 7 innings. He's faced a really soft matchups lately. The Marlins, the Giants, the Giants have been playing well, but still pitching in San Francisco is pretty good. And faced the Padres. At 10-3, facing a White Sox team that does strike out a lot, that's still dealing with some injuries. I think he's going to have a really good game. He doesn't have a ton of upside, so you can always fade him in GPPs just because he hasn't got that 30-point game a lot of the time. He's got like 4 times, I think, 30 DraftKings points this year. But with the other top pitchers facing tough matchups, I think he's the best play. And another guy that I'm going to go with is going to be 5,100 for Musgrove. Love the price tag for Musgrove. It's too cheap, I think. I thought his price tag was going back up to like 6Ks. He's been pitching well ever since the last month, where his velocity and everything started to increase. Facing a Reds team that they do have some lefties that you are going to be concerned about, but their better hitters are definitely right-handed. With Suarez, with Puig, their power hitters are definitely right-handed, and that's what Musgrove struggles with. The lefties, you also had Senzel took a day off, or got the day off yesterday, so if he's back in the lineup, that's probably going to take out Winker. So we'll see how many lefties the Reds have. That's obviously going to be a big sign. But I think Musgrove, either way, can have a good game. Because you are going to have like your 4 or 5 righties in the lineup here for the Reds. And he has shown that 30-point upside. And I don't think he's going to be popular today. So a pitcher that has 30-point upside is going to be a pretty good play, I think, at this cheap price tag. So those are the 2 pitchers that I like. And for hitting today, I love the Blue Jays stack. I think they're a really good stack. They're very cheap. And they have a ton of power, and they're facing Montgomery, who's really bad, and the Royals bullpen is also very bad too. So I think the Blue Jays are gonna at least hit a couple of home runs today. You got some really nice prices on guys like Grichuk at only 3,400. Teoscar, so much power against lefties. I love Gurriel against a lefty. Bobichet is just 37. Vlad is 41. Biggio just 39, potentially batting leadoff. Smoke, 41. Really nice stack that you can go with the Blue Jays. And then I think I'll definitely go back to some Angels bats. They didn't come through yesterday, but we're getting some really nice prices on them. 4K for Calhoun, 36 for Upton, 33 for Simmons, 37 for Fletcher, and just 4K for Pujols. You got to like the Angels prices too. And the Yankees are a great stack today. And obviously you can look at Coors if you want. So I'm going to start it off at third base with Vlad Guerrero. He's been hitting the ball a lot better. He's really coming around. Batting average is almost at 260 now. He's had a lot of multi-hit games lately. Usually he's getting 2 hits or he's not getting a hit. At least that's what he's shown in his last handful of games, except for yesterday. So facing Montgomery, it's just a really good spot for him. He's been really good as of late, hitting for power, hitting for doubles. Doesn't have stolen base upside, but in a matchup like this, he should have some RBI opportunities. He's very cheap, and he has that home run upside that we all know, and he has just a ton of 20-point upside here. Facing a really bad pitcher and a terrible bullpen. At shortstop, I like Didi Gregorius. So Taylor Clark has been terrible against lefties. He's been bad against righties too. But lefties are where he's really struggled. Doesn't strike many lefties out at all. I'll show you the numbers for Clark against lefties. He's also been giving it up to righties. So you can definitely full stack the the Yankees if you want, but Gregorius has been one of the hottest hitters on the Yankees over the past couple weeks. Lefties have a 559 slugging, 270 average off of Clark. Righties have also started to crush him too. Lefties also just a 13.5% strikeout rate and a 6.43 xFIP to lefties. Good sign for Didi Gregorius facing a pitcher that doesn't really strike out lefties. He's expensive, which will probably lower his ownership, but the Yankees have a 7+ total. So I think you want to try to get at least a couple Yankees in your lineup if you can. And I like Gregorius at a, not a super appealing shortstop position. In the outfield, going to go with Lourdes Gurriel. Love the price tag on him at $4,800. He's never overly popular too, which I love. Facing a lefty is where I like to play Gurriel. He's been mashing left-handed pitching this season. Montgomery doesn't strike people out. He gives up a ton of power. And that's what, when you want to stack this Blue Jays team, you want to stack them against pitchers that don't strike people out and give up a ton of power, and that's exactly what Montgomery does. He gives it up to both sides. Gurriel this season is batting .316 against lefties with 10 of his 18 home runs. Although he has like 72 less at-bats, he has 2 more home runs against lefties. He has a ridiculous .379 ISO. Go with a .695 slugging percentage, 46% hard hit rate, and a 40% fly ball rate. Love Gurriel is under 5,000, and he's been playing really well. So lock him in the outfield. And then the guy from Coors that I really do like is going to be A.J. Pollock. He's significantly cheaper than any other Coors bat. Facing a lefty is when you want to play Pollock, and facing a lefty in Coors, especially a lefty that struggled against righties the way Freeland has this season, Pollock is a really good play. Should be a cash staple on a slate like this. $4,500 for him. He's been mashing left-handed pitching this season. .381 average against lefties, 2 home runs in 42 at-bats. Power is not great, but strikeouts are only at 15%. Slugging is .524. And the power should come. It's only a 42 at-bat sample size. But we know Pollock has been mashing lefties for his career. .281 average against lefties. And the power is really there. .219 career ISO against lefties compared to .169 ISO against righties. So Pollock, I think, is a really good play in the outfield. So that's what I like for this slate. Going to be really heavy on the Blue Jays, I think, against Montgomery. I like the Yankees. You can probably run it back with a couple of Royals if you want, the ones that have power. And I like some Dodgers, especially Pollock. And the Angels, didn't talk about them, but I already talked about the prices that I like them a lot. So yeah, it should be a fun day. Thanks for watching. You can drop a like if you enjoyed, and good luck today.